Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Billy's our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Billy's here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Another day is here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Another day is here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Billy's our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Billy's here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Another day is here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Another day is here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Billy's our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Billy's here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Another day is here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Another day is here. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billy's. Wake up, Billy's. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Billy's our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimize us, we're together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place, so calling WUB.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Tuesday morning, the 16th of June, 2026. We hope that you got up this morning with great health, high level energy, vibrations positive, and you're ready for your morning conversation. The WUB Live on Creme Radio on XTV and Most High. And we want to welcome all of you. You're to listen, to Creme, you're to watch. XTV, you got your apps. That's a beautiful thing. If you don't have it yet, please get it on your phone now. Creme Radio app, XTV app. Then there are your app stores, whether Apple or Google Play. To those on social media, Facebook, YouTube, glad for having you along, as well as those getting us via simulcast coverage. Now, we don't jump right into the conversation. We do open up with a little startup phase. We've got some morning news for you, but before we get to the morning news, we've got your weather information, courtesy the latest forecast from the National Meteorological Service. It's forecaster Catherine Kamabach who serves it up on this Tuesday morning.
Good morning, Belize. A moderate and mostly dry east to southeasterly airflow prevails. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with a few cloudy spells, and high temperatures today are expected to reach 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 95 inland and 82 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be partly cloudy with low temperatures of 82 along coastal areas to 75 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated and develop mainly over the south late at night and early morning. There is a low chance for an inland isolated afternoon thunderstorm. The wind will blow from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots and the sea state will be moderate. A high tide will occur at 16 minutes past 10 this morning, a low at 5:54 in the evening, and a high at 6 minutes past midnight. Another low will occur at 4:48 a.m. The sun will rise at 5:18 this morning and set at 6:28. The moon comes up at 6:48 a.m. and set at 8:29 tonight. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for fair and mostly dry conditions to continue. In the sarcasm forecast, satellite imagery and forecast models are suggesting that a significant amount of sarcasm could be heading towards the northern and central parts of the country. This could potentially result in major impacts on coastal destinations in those areas. And in the tropical weather outlook, no tropical cyclone formation is expected near or over Belize and her coastal waters during the next 48 hours. And with that, we conclude your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
And now, morning news. Parents born in Belize are naturalized citizens, but once undocumented in the U.S. are learning that their children's Belizean citizenship applications are being hinged on a birth certificate that doesn't tell the full story. Decades ago, they lied about their country of birth, and now what appears on their child's U.S. birth certificate is not in Belize. Belize immigration officials say those parents must admit to the fraud as part of the solution. One person known to be in this situation is YaYa Marin Coleman, a naturalized Belizean. She has been in contact with Dana Blades, Director of Nationality and Passports. She shared her experience during an episode of the WB Morning Vibes last week.
Our youth, born in the United States, wants to apply for his Belizean naturalization because he has a Belizean mother who is actually a naturalized Belizean because he's an Albania.
Yeah.
Right? But on his birth certificate, he don't have my full name, right? Because the slots only, they have only for the first two names, and I have three names. So the first thing is, the birth certificate don't have my full name. Secondly, on the birth certificate, you have the U.S. Virgin Islands, which are one of the federal charges that I was found guilty of when I did time in the jail. For claim I was a U.S. citizen, which I was not, and for voting in an election. What they say is the birth certificate, the name on the birth certificate has to match the name on my naturalization certificate. Because that I'm a Belizean, right? The same name with the papi in birth certificate have to put my naturalization certificate. And I have to explain the U.S. Virgin Islands papi in birth certificate, considering I don't want Belizean citizens. I want to fill out one declaration form and explain in detail. The birth certificate only had a slot for two names, but my full name is blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And explains that I did commit an offense by claiming to be a U.S. citizen, and I have the documentation for sure that I got in a court and I get deported, blah, blah, blah. No, and when I done like that, I want to send it to Dana Blaze, make sure you read it, but say, okay, this wording correct. Then I have to send it to somebody at the United States to notarize it at the United States.
Wow.
Now, they give me two options. They say either you contact the people in the foreign, or if they're not foreign, if I live in the foreign, you come correct it the foreign. But that's not an option for me.
This would constitute self-incrimination, and a state cannot force its citizens to incriminate themselves. In the process, Marin Coleman learned of Section 6.1 of the Nationality Act, which allows the minister to certify that that person is a citizen of Belize where a doubt exists. The Minister of Immigration has since told Creme News XTV that a simple declaration within the application package stating the parent is one and the same person is sufficient. The official swearing-in ceremony of the Integrity Commission of Belize was conducted by the Governor General Monday at Belize House in Belmopan. All 7 members of the commission took their solemn oath of office, pledging to uphold the rule of law, enforce anti-corruption measures, and maintain public trust in the critical good governance process. Attorney Andrea McSweeney McCoy is the chairlady.
The Integrity Commission is charged with ensuring that there is not corruption in public life. Persons in public life would include members of the House of Representatives, the upper and lower houses, and it's a very practical way of getting it done, in which we take their financial declaration at the beginning when they are first appointed to public life, and then every year throughout that time. So an effort is made to gauge what are they earning, what are they acquiring, and so on, and then make inferences and analyses to see whether there may be corruption. Our goal that we've made for the organization is to create a culture of compliance where, one, members of public life actually comply with the law and file their declarations, and secondly, knowing that there is some measure of accountability, that they make decisions that are actually in line with the laws in terms of how they acquire property and how they handle the great trust that they have on them. So it's really grave. We can easily have a culture that lets go of rules, that lets go of procedures and systems if everybody wants to do what they want to do, but that's really anarchy. And so we see our role as very significant. And I'm really grateful for the commission that we've had, because it's been a journey to become familiar with the processes, catch up with backlogs, but we have a very dedicated team. We work very hard.
Trinidadian national 47-year-old Dale Rampersad traveled to Belize from Trinidad and Tobago to be a guest on the show Career Ladder shortly after he was reported missing. It was later revealed that Rampersad was on the run, avoiding the $11,000 bail he had accumulated at the Golden Bay Hotel. Investigators said he left his luggage behind at the hotel and attempted to board a flight to leave the country. He was subsequently charged and remanded to the Belize Central Prison. ASP Stacey Smith shared more information. The Association of Protected Areas Management Organization, APAMO, reported last week that an individual was apprehended on suspicion of deliberately setting a series of fire within the Five Blues Lake National Park on May 25th. In addition, the individual is being accused of vandalism and theft. According to APAMO, more than 30 fires were detected, but thanks to the swift response and vigilance of park rangers, a potentially devastating wildfire was averted. The park rangers were taking out a group of visitors and realized that camping equipment, kayaks, and other supplies previously left at a location were deliberately set on fire. The arsonist was captured in surveillance footage from camera traps set for wildlife monitoring. The following day, rangers conducted a stakeout and caught the same individual igniting a fire. Further inspection revealed he had set more than 30 small fires across different locations in the national park. APAMO says the condition of the vegetation did not allow the fires to spread. When the suspect was detained, rangers found some of the stolen items in his backpack and materials used to start the fire. The man was identified as a Salvadorian national and was charged with illegal entry, for which he was imprisoned for 6 months. He will be processed for the additional charges in due course. That's the end of our morning news update. We'll take ourselves a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to lift up in conversation. Tuesday morning, WUB. We'll be right back on Creme Radio and XTV.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Get ready, Belize.
Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast, tender, juicy chicken, and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection, with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Alright, welcome back to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Tuesday morning, it's the 16th of June, 2026. Wherever you are, we hope your morning is off to a beautiful start. We're done with the preliminaries and we are now open for the business of conversation. The telephone number is 280-5848. Now, let me just quickly say we do have guests coming up after the first break this morning. And you all get a treat because of a major mix-up, one glitch in the matrix has caused one double host situation for at least the first half hour of the show. One miscommunication. Sister YaYa felt that she was to sit in for me this morning when she's actually sitting in for Brother Noor, who's going to be away on a break for a while. So she was actually to come Thursday. She swears I told her today. And if she says so, then I go in with it. That my mistake and my bad. And since she make all the effort for crying this morning, I say, sisters, come on for the leave first half hour, make we chat a little bit. So that's why she's here. So you get 2 for the price of 1, thanks to a glitch. Good morning, Sister YaYa.
Morning, Mose. And interestingly, a number of people yesterday say, YaYa, why you almost no host? I said, listen, WB was designed to be hosted by 2 people, but that by default it's 1. So you see, where's Sung Power? The person asked me yesterday and boom, it happened.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess it's as if though you've called in. It's different when you call in as when you're there, back at the desk, no? I was going to start this morning just looking at this this kind of by the way news. You know, we'll call it the by the way news that the Integrity Commission was sworn in. And we're not told the names of the people. We're told the chair lady, who's a lawyer, and I think generally the chairperson tends to be a lawyer. This is part of the requirement that the chairperson of the Integrity Commission. And the Integrity Commission, we have a lot of things where they're called jokes, I believe. One of the biggest jokes that the Integrity Commission, and no, I'm not throwing this at the people who are the persons who are there, calling them jokes. I'm speaking to what the Integrity Commission is supposed to do, what it's innate, what it's empowered to do, as compared to the structure of it and what it actually does. It is, for me, a joke, as we would have said that, a jokes, because it's one of those things that gives you the optical illusion that there is a body that's going to be there to hold governance accountable. It is probably the only entity that is designed, besides maybe the Ombudsman Office, which has a little bit of it, but the Integrity Commission has a significant capacity, even in its present legislative description. It needs to be strengthened, but even if you look at it as it is right now, what has never happened, no government, to the best of my knowledge, and I stand to be corrected, has ever provided the funds for the Integrity Commission to create the office of the Integrity Commission, the actual functioning arm of the Integrity Commission. So it's as if though you appoint the board of directors, but you never create the company. You don't have officers of the Integrity Commission. No, they've never spent the money on it. The officers that are supposed to be a part of the Integrity Commission are things like somebody with training, accounting, financial investigation, a lawyer, a police officer with a background in this kind of investigation. Like, you're supposed to have about 6 or 7, I believe, if my memory, when I did the investigation, individuals who are supposed to be hired to do the work on behalf of the Integrity Commission. That has never been done. So it's as if though we create, we say we are going to police department, but we don't hire any detectives. It's as if though we say we have one radio station, but we don't ever hire announcers. It's as if though we say we have one TV station, but we never hire any journalists. It's essentially a mirage. It's essentially one fraud. And it's intentionally so. And then the structure of it ensures that it never really and truly is going to do the bidding of the interests of the people, because the government, essentially, any government, all governments get to put the majority of the people who are going to serve on the Integrity. Now imagine that. It's as if though we would say, you know what, criminals, you choose who will be the detectives. You choose who will be serving as prosecutors. That's essentially what it is. It's no, and so we essentially have an announcement, and fair enough. These individuals, there was once a time when, in the past administration, when they refused to, well, they said the complaint was that they couldn't find anybody who wanted to be on the Integrity Commission because the people who qualify, they're not interested in get that kind of exposure or get into that. So we went a long time without even having one, which that was shameful. And so I guess we are supposed to be happy that we do have one. And again, it is one of the reform recommendations that has been out there for a while, a low-hanging fruit to say, you can't tell me we have any instrument for hold people in public life accountable if it's going to be structured like this, and if you're never going to provide the funds for it to do its actual work. And so when I saw the news, it as it always does, it triggers nausea in me. Like, you know, especially as we're looking at the reports coming out of the kind of manipulation of the financial rules for payments with what has come out of the Ministry of Defense and Representative Oscar Mira, and we look at all the data showing that cannot be coincidental, and it's going to be in the news, and we're going to talk about it. And then, like most things, I was speaking to with Senator Herrera, and we were having a conversation about this informally, and I was saying, you know, when you really go to think about it, as much as this is going to be in the news, did you hear any agency, any institution that we can go to say, are you looking into this? I think they went to people have gone to the Auditor General, but when you have a report of wrongdoing, you are to have an agency that is tasked with looking into that and doing that work. Yeah, the journalists will be approaching this individual, that individual, asking these questions, that Freedom of Information Act, you have all that stuff going on. But there is to be an agency, there is to be a structure that says, oh, that is our job, that is where we come in, this is the work that we do. It doesn't exist. And so I think of it, Sister YaYa, before I think about it, it's almost like bullfighting. I always find bullfighting to be the weirdest sport, where generally, I would say maybe over 90% of the time, if not higher, the people who go to a bullfight know what the outcome is going to be. They know that at the end of the day, the bull generally loses. And that's the end of the bull. And the spectacle is just in seeing the dancing and the movement, where this matador is going to stick the bull, have its time with the bull, and then eventually the bull will die. And as I mean, I respect culture, respect that that's a tradition, primarily in Spain. But I think of these scandalous stories as kind of like bullfighting. Everybody's going to take a turn at sticking at it, but we all know what the result is going to be. The story is going to die. It dies because no agency, and the laws are not written where you have any accountability, consequences, and so there is no deterrence. There might be some people are not going to be deterred because you scandalize them. If I can become a millionaire and the only consequence I have to face is somebody reeling up about me on the media, and then we don't have a problem we generally do not care how you made your money. You want to still get the props that come along with having money. You want to get your prestige to have money, no matter how you get it. Your money's still good. You know. So we are. It's just the outcome is known, but we enjoy the process of sticking the ball. Jumping up this morning and sticking the ball. You see this report, you check this number, you see what they go on. But we're just sticking the ball. We know what will happen. What will happen is we don't have any track record of any public official, and I can't even speak to you that there is any law. Maybe an attorney, somebody with the law could tell me. I don't know that there is a law that they can use to say, okay, well, we got you and now we will process you. And no, that's not the way it works. It's just, it fuels a great scandal. It's good for news, but ultimately there is no deterrence or accountability for what on just the surface of it looks like you're just playing with the system.
When I hear this story, I immediately think about you because you had done a thorough investigation, and that one it really became centered in my mind. But it keeps bringing me back to this are the reason, like what we for the most, this country is not an independent country. The laws, we never make the constitution. These are just cut and paste. So this show up in every sphere, every area of life. What we for do? And the people in where we keep go vote don't figure this out, that this is a bonanza, you just get elected in your back with the money and there's no accountability. When you look at the general report, we don't know how the public purse money is spent since 1981. So we have accepted it more. And what happens when people accept corruption? We pay in the way we live with life, but then the question is, what are we to do more?
Well, I think it's important, like we have done some things. Some things have been done, and again, when we have these conversations, we have to believe that the more we make people understand and look at the facts and look at how things are play out. And like I talk about Integrity Commission enough times. That means I won't stop talking about it. I know that it has been taken on by the social partners. I know that they have engaged government on the need for a reform of the Integrity Commission. I know that you've had, I've heard multiple members of the NTUCB speak on this matter. I know that I think it's a list of things that they have pushed out and said, listen, this cannot continue. We need to have a revised a model of the Integrity Commission. You can't have the Integrity Commission being majority appointments coming from the government and then minority coming from the opposition party, but the chairperson ends up being from the government. No, we have seen change happen with the public accounts committee, with the
joint public accounts committee.
We've seen change take place, right? Like in the sense that it had major problems with perfected, but we the civil part you to have some movement take place. I know throw my hands up in the air, not because something no fixed mean that it will never be fixed. Do I get frustrated with the speed at which things are fixed, with the intensity of the push for reforms? Obviously no. But like you would often repeat and say, you have clear cases where we have success. Like you label your success. You believe it's important to say, listen, things have been achieved. People understand, pressure get put forward and the momentum build and things get corrected. So I think that we just have to believe that we have the power to change, and the worst thing we could tell ourselves is that we can't change.
I know one of the concern is the people for go on the Integrity Commission, because I think it's the politically exposed people.
Yeah.
So like if you go, then whoever are your partner, and people truly know want, because usually that's not the case. If you're personally nice, then you don't got nothing to do with it. Your business down the road.
Yeah.
But it's something that needs to happen, because you could hide behind that person and do your dirtiness as far as corruption. So I think one big part needs to be always knowledge sharing. Most Belizeans don't know what the Integrity Commission or what they do and what it got to do with for their quality of life.
Right. So based on if you just understand that I say the Integrity Commission have power for investigate. They have power for, insofar as what we know about the Integrity Commission, where most people know is that elected officials have to provide the financial information when they get in a power, and they have to do it on an annual basis. And originally, I think it was before 2007, the level of compliance with providing that information was very, 1 second caller, was very low. And then once they revised it in 2007 to say increase the penalties, and now there are penalties. And while it is not perfect, the reality is that compliance has increased. So the Integrity Commission is not some kind of dud. It has to be improved. It has to be restructured. It has powers. We could get more powers. I believe that a lot of what was achieved in the revised Integrity Commission, the Integrity in Public Life Act, I think that's what you call it, came out of what took place earlier in the early 2000s. So the people were talking about it for a while, and then you ended up with this improvement after all the turmoil. So we have to look and realize that we have moved certain things. But when anytime you move some things, trust me, the way that the system they adapt to figure out how to get around it is instant. So there were constant trying for you can't rest. You can't ever rest. And so here we are, where like with most of these things, whenever something is happening or alleged allegations come up, and we say, man, where they go on there? But there is no agency stepping up to say, this is our job, we're taking it on. And that's a huge problem. And again, like you have always said and maintain and consistently say, that's we job. That's we job to continue to say, if you don't understand, then it means that we have to do a better job and make sure that people understand, listen, the Integrity Commission, there is a purpose to it. Respect to the individuals who have accepted the appointment, but the problem is not the individual, the problem is the structure. And where I would attach them with the people who have been appointed, the chair lady and the other commissioners of the Integrity Commission, only need for say, hey, we need the resources to do a job. Like I would have never accept go upon our Integrity Commission if I not gonna guarantee that the money will be provided to make sure I have one staff. Otherwise, you're gonna say you're give me basket for backwater.
Well, brother, the fact that we never even know them they get sworn in, the fact that they don't even tell me the name of the people, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. So we got a picture. So we got a picture of them up there. I don't know the names of the people. Really, I would not that I don't got enough work for them, but I want to get to the name, and I want to ring up on the name. I want to ring up on a name for me. I want to tell my people to watch them picture, know what they look like. One on the book down the road here. Guess what? We know corruption in the system. The system built for corruption. And because of corruption, we have one poor quality of life. That's the bottom line. And that in infrastructure for the country, that in services for we, because of corruption. Now, one of the problems is one lot of we involved in the corruption. So we want to continue to live, even if the crumbs, because I never know y'all coming this morning, so I'd say, I really want people to tell me more. Because I had a struggle. People think I'm up on TV or not a struggle. I had to live hand to mouth, real talk. But I live so because I like my freedom. I want to do what I want when I want. That's the one privilege I have. But I want to know most how people make it. Like I want here. Tell me how you stretch your 10 cents.
I'm going to take the call. Krem, good morning.
Yeah, morning, brother.
Morning, my brother. Sister YaYa is here as well too, brother. So yeah.
You know what happened to the country? We fear to face reality and we don't happen.
I get feedback from you, bro. I don't know where you got on in the background.
Nothing. You hear me?
Something in the background, my brother. I don't know if that your radio. Something to go bing, 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 bing in the back.
Oh. All right, yeah. Yeah, brother Moses. Sure. All right. Yeah, brother Moses. Greetings, Belize.
Morning, brother.
Greetings,
Sister YaYa there with Moses Ali Well this morning.
Yeah. Then, well, the facts are things where I look for when I grew up, bro. What happened, and sister, what happened? That like when you just say, Mr. Yeah, the people that corrupt themselves. The Belizean people who control price control, the board of price control, the board of social security, the people who control the live stream, how that's the payment thing where they show. Who control that? All these things, long time, all these payments, they happen a long time. But it just come out because Mr. Alberto August get locked up by Mr. Mira, and Mr. Mira, the backstabbing start. But it good because they teach the people the way that the two-party system, where we get from the Queen, we not really dash with that. We're not dash with that yet. We're not dash with the Queen system. Because we still get the education when the Queen gone, from the Queen. So then all these men in a power from when independence, we don't get independence. These men are rogue men who continue slavery in a different picture. That's why we did what we did today. Everything where we look upon, like the Senate, the Ombudsman, the Attorney General, the DPP, the Commissioner of Police, I could go on and on, Ministry of Labor, all these places are compromised. Even the police force is a Chinese protection force now. It's not for Belizean. It is full of black Belizean, yes, policing the Belizean people, and that comes straight out of slavery. So then they use we against ourselves, to destroy ourselves, and when we look wrong, all we see that blood and bloodshed. Where we say for the rich and the powerful, that big building they go up, they live in a peace, you know, here nothing handle for them pick me, nothing harmful for their family member, but they have like 4,000 families where don't conquer Belize. Only a man like Ibrahim Traore mind to save this country. Like where Sister YaYa say again, when we talk and talk till thy kingdom come and she won't understand why. But it's good where they happen. The UDP gone to the bottom because of what they do to these people. And if you read the comments from Facebook around, the people they get tired and then they understand that yes, we lose the Queen, but we Ashcraft flip in. Ashcraft are still the Queen. We lose the politicians anyway, make good, and we slip in there with people who get teachings from Mona, Jamaica, and this and that. Then Mr. Ashcraft and the bigger heads there from England controlled at the last 4 p.m. So we don't really, nothing slavery really and independence, we don't have, we get one fake independence. We get one fake independence where say, all right, get independence, but we let these men have to rule over on slave over on with one big powerful lad we control the two-party system, and that's the way catch we right here. We live in our trap, and we don't understand that slavery what they do. They kill we, throw we over the ship, make sharp young we, put the back against the wall for the execution. The amount of things when they do it, you think they're still not happy, they want to do it today. But they use with one people. The police right now, if Rivers thief $8 right now from somebody, the police will find my house and know where to go. You think the commissioner of police when go find Oscar Mira house? Because the system was set, the men who control the red and the blue, done understand that they come from under the Queen, and when they come from under the Queen, they have got a hidden oath where these men sign behind back door, and they are doing anything to destroy their people. Yes, for what? Cash. The cash. All of them will go in, all of them they can build dynasty. Even Devin, Zele, and Mike back here, they can build a dynasty for 5 years, take where they want and go. That's for their thing. That's for their thing where they tell the people to help them get in a power when they let the house early the morning. They have to call you for win. When you think they we're come for win, they just come for win for 5 years. Get millions like Mr. Ayas and roll out. And that's what we have to break. We have to forgive each other. The bottom where feel like we there in this Illuminati camp for Belize God. Because then I had a party right to the Fort George. And I videotape everybody who going in because I break the barrier under disguise. And I videotape everybody who going in at that party there with Mr. Ascraft. And I could tell up from the barrels to the Britannians to everybody gone there. The Lord is still above us with the Queen still intact. People.
So whatever you got video?
I got video the whole thing. And video their party. And I got a big G sign in front of the party and the police was sleepy. Must see them well for so much shifting us to make I pass through all the barrier. Cool. And me look and me say who all gone in pretty and it is a cold one in our country. And the black man of this country, the gangsters, no gangsters, I don't call no gangsters because we don't have to understand who no black brothers with the guns. Only used to be warrior in the past, the Maroons, the people who fight the British when the British they come. But they switch now and make them fight each other. And make blood run and make them traumatize we the people. Uno black youth from out of LIU, the 532, you are not killers. You are warriors in a big war that is happening, but they not teach this in a school. They cannot teach it in a school because if they teach it in a school, Mr. Mira would have 900 black men at his door, taking away everything we have and we take. Because they take that from the religion people and hey, it starts more on my come off because I have to go do something but on my call sometime again, but the fire continues to blaze right now until everything 16 of this country.
All right,
the people who need fix and we have more poor than these corrupt people as us. Respect.
All right. Sister, since we have limited time, you want to respond or add or?
There's what a Creole saying, anything a Creole saying, I think about you and your dad.
Mm-hmm.
When I smell the last we still get about fish we come from river bottom. Mm-hmm. When they tell you alligator belly they hat there is something, believe them. And so when you hear people like River Stark, you listen, because then people out there, the everyday people in the street. And if you think on what I say, after then get off of the car and you listen to other people, you start to see certain patterns. Like everybody live on different level of life, so you have different experiences in a life. Mm-hmm. But everyday people experience life in a way. When I don't experience it, when I listen to them, I'm like, then they paint one vivid picture. Mose, how we tell people not participate in corruption when you then pay your light bill and your rent and your picnic for go to school?
WUB, good morning.
Morning, my brother.
Morning. Yeah, sister, YaYa is here, you know. We can't.
Morning, sister, because when I say morning, sister, then like YaYa, we drink up the broth up.
Morning.
All right, guys, that's why I want to feel about this situation because I have a family. Majority of women are different age in the Gongolong area. They think it occur like less than 24 hours. Or maybe over. But the family they sister, yeah, you're a woman of words. I don't know how you're a powerful word. The family feel that trauma, the past trauma. You know? Because these people have been attracted by the department looking for an individual who would have family member who lives there. might they think he lives there. You know?
But
I mean,
we know they give no but bro, you know they give no details. They were attacked by which department? What exactly was done to them?
Yeah, but no man what happened, no, you don't know what happened.
Why you whole week you quarrel some brother? I didn't tell you.
Why can't get my respect on the side of the line?
One tune, brother. I don't know. I did be disrespectful. Just say yeah, they cut up your eye. Tell me, give me the story.
Yeah, the police officer and then he shake down the people in the house every minute. The people that get frustrated, the people that feel helpless. Because at the end of the day, the reality, the people that don't know who to run to. You know what I'm saying? I like what to say this morning. We live in our society. To say that we got an ombudsman?
We now presently have one ombudsman. And the ombudsman where we had get kicked out of the office in what I believe, because he decided to stand behind what is right and to
More they kick out the man or the man time up?
There was no way they may renew that man thing after he sided with what was right. He did the right thing, and when he did it, I come right up on the show and say, if we not stand up and make noise and say, you know, respect to that man and we are stand up behind the man, he gone. That's just the way the system is set. So the fact that he was not renewed was no surprise to me. Now, can I say, like, do I have what they call a smoking gun to prove that why him become a persona non grata, why it is they don't want no part of him be the ombudsman again? I don't got no email to prove that. All I got on my logic. People in that position, generally speaking, do not upset the powers that be that gave them the appointment. Because at the end of the day, even though there is a certain power with being the ombudsman, when you are placed there as a professional, it is employment. There is a salary. You get benefits. You go on staff. You don't want to small boss. And people
ombudsman really do. Kind of really, like, I never say from all the years in this country, a year we have an ombudsman, and every year good result, but I try to know, like, what ombudsperson do. What they do to make your
there are certain powers. There are certain powers where the ombudsman have for hold power accountable. Meaning that they could say, I need to find out about this one, complaint come in, and then got the power to look into things. So if you go to a complaint and if you go there and you say, here, I gone at this place, this department, and they do me a wrong, the ombudsman empowered to go and check into that and say whether or not the wrong has happened. Now the ombudsman are not like the police, they can't arrest nobody. But there is a certain amount of power with the day. But if I appoint you and I essentially employ you, and then you got a job, but then your job that will hold me accountable generally, people where we find they want to do the job if they're between me and you. But when you got high official, then they know part, they know who part and job come from generally, and they step aside. We see it often. We had this instant here where the ombudsman decide for act per principle. Decide, here where they go on. The brother said he want this information, which was the cost of the legal, there was a legal case. You're forced me to have to go into the details. Because it's important. Actually, let me buck it down. Let me buck it down, man. Let me buck it down.
Who appointed the ombudsman? Like who?
They appointed by the government.
So the ombudsman have to be a puppet for the government.
Generally, you don't have to be, but generally what happens is that they align themselves and they know, I deal with this party hire me, and I know they have to try to upset nobody. Generally.
So the last brother, when we hold a position, he not into that, he not tolerate that, he not do his job.
He decide to say, hey, this complaint, you should have provided this information, and it was a very well, I say very simple, not complicated matter. This is not nothing where one cause no disruption or cause nobody to lose no election. The man say you spend money for legal fees, and this individual citizen, the request, since you use the money for fight in a court, I want to see that how much money you spend for fight me. How much are the people money? You got responsibility, show me it. The government say we not show you it. He gone to the ombudsman, and the ombudsman write one email for say need for the right thing for do that show the information. It might seem like hey, that's not really revolutionary. That's not really that's not upstart thing for do. The way power see this is that you step outside of your bounds. We got you there, I know all of a sudden you want to get upstart to be no. Next. That's what happened. And unfortunately, we live a life that I know hear the Amonka outcry in support of, and we have to call the brother's name, retired Major Gilbert Swazo, who is a former mayor, ran on the ticket of the People's United Party. So he not PUP. Yeah. But in that moment, Major Swazo said, politics aside, we have to do the right thing. And in my view, that's not sort of gameplay, and there are consequences, and I believe that is why he's no longer the ombudsman, and why there is right now no ombudsman in place.
Make I ask Brick this quickly. Brick. Listen to me. There's more on one side to every story. I hear the story, you bring about the family. But what the community they say? What are the other side of the story? Because there's more on one side to every story. Well, other than the police attack them.
The understanding why I get with the story is that regardless of the circumstances around everything, the family left in a position nowhere part. The reality hit apart, they can't take it no more. It's like some kind of 3 times to the day they shake them down. You know, it's like, sister, as a human being, that could affect you in a certain time, certain moment, especially when you're not going to go up to the day. And the man in the going to shake you up every minute. I don't know whether I experience that, so I know that there are nice feelings.
I hear you, brother, but again, I say, there's more than one side to every story, and I know there are some sides where you know to talk about, and I just want to hear the whole story.
Because then by the end of the sister can't bring all the people in business, the people in personal business. The people that tell me certain things where I'm supposed to know better to put out there and not put out there. But in the streets know what they go on. This is a respectable medium, so I got my way over certain things that also bring you. You know, sister?
I just want to get you on the record, that's all.
Yeah, but some more, you tell me now that poor people, again, the last hope of faith and belief that they could have the whole of fun. Now they have to hang on the head again and feel useless and hopeless because by the end of the day there's no way to turn to because there's no ombudsman. I
have guessed. That I know where I say. I say that we have to know. You see, when the office of the ombudsman get set up, just like one lot of things now believes before it come into play, like I remember the conversations that led to that. I never in the talk show business yet, but a lot of the bright people they say based on complaints, especially based on the police department, say with people in need to go somewhere to go. They can't go complain about the police to the police. We need to have in countries, some countries they go and think called an ombudsman. And it take a while, and then at some point in time they decide, well, we have the office of the ombudsman, and this and do this and do that, and be a place where one could hold elected officials accountable. So it was advertised and presented as something where be for the empowerment of people. And the legislation is not perfect, but that must start. We have to understand that such offices belong to we, and it no matter who they are, you know. And we responsible for make sure that the individuals they know who they serve. But if we don't even understand what they could do, and if we just tell ourselves, man, they will never do what they're supposed to do, so I am the bother, then what happen is that people could slide and then not do what they're supposed to do and not get a job done. It's not that having the office of the ombudsman is a dumb idea. It's that having the office of the ombudsman and we don't make sure that they know who they serve, that like you will not have any at all. Same thing with the Integrity Commission. Same thing with the Integrity Commission, brother. Same thing with the Department of Labor. If these agencies are not held accountable by us, human nature being what it is, and Sister YaYa, I don't have a lot of time, but you could wing pan. This human nature being what it is. People want to think first about their own comfort, their own realities, their mortgage, for their children education, like where I want upset this, but if I upset it and I get you'd say I don't want to use the term because especially the host study I say black ball, but white ball get marked and put aside. Who want it for me? So who want to stand up for me? And so people in a damn positions rarely want to rock the boat. We don't got no history of people in these positions rocking the boat. And when they rock the boat, generally, and they pay the consequences, we ain't got the time to try to defend them because we have to deal with our own struggles. So that's a part of the problem we have. Like, we got an auditor general again. You're very familiar with the office. That's a very powerful position. Very powerful. But if we don't understand what he's supposed to do, and if we don't understand how the system tries to frustrate it, then we can't defend it. But their positions, their offices, they supposed to directly defend for we interests. Unfortunately, the track record no represent that. Yeah.
Boy, let me close off with this. I want to ask you, is there any law where the people can appoint somebody to represent them? Could be an ombudsman with part by the end of the day, then between the two parties as referee and they backed up by the people. Is there any law where you could do that? Whereby you get appointed in a new government, you get appointed by the people, because that's somebody the people can run to, and that's somebody who stand up for the people and backed up by the people financially, everywhere. Is there a law like that?
Sister YaYa, thanks for the call, brother, and thanks for the question.
Not that I know of, and it wasn't designed that way. And so that the same thing like when YaYa advocated to be on the National Environmental Appraisal Committee as a credible representative of people and evidence of it for 50-something years. They don't want that. And so say I can't sit down and be host when here, brother Nurino there. But yesterday, Mecca know, it encouraged me for Mecca have one guest. So I don't know if Brother Swazo come on already from WUB. I want to reach out to Brother Swazo and ask him if he could come on Thursday or Friday as a guest. For make we just have one real conversation. And I glad that you're bold enough to say more real talk. Then people only get them position because they have party loyalty. And then people have to be real with themselves and say, listen, first off, for the fact I take the position, I mean know why to sign up for. And my life get better, I take it. But then I get some conscience and I do the brave thing. Just be real with yourself and others like that, because that's the way it comes. But excellent question, Breakers this morning.
Sister, thanks for the lead.
I want to take one page out of Dominique book. You should have bring me back more often.
I think ultimately how do I put it? You play an important role in backing up what we do, and I don't know that I embrace chemistry. I think we're not the same. We have there's areas where we have different views and different approaches and different energy pan. But I think there's too much similarity, too much redundancy. I prefer have one chemistry with and different energy and one different vibe, and at times that create more variation. I think that has been the why it's best when if you there one who co-host there with you, if I there maybe one co-host there with me. That's how it works.
Well, I see it differently.
Well,
I think
nobody stop you from
I know I want to say it too. I tell people, because I get a lot of positive feedback when I call in, because I call in more than I'm here with you. And I said to people, the reason why, because this knowledge, we're conscious, but the reason why I feel that people connect when we have reasoning, that because of the relationship we have as brother and sister, and the years of work, because we never always get along, believe that. But that genuine, intentional working on ourselves individually, and then we just
But there's a difference,
really
sister.
mesh.
There's a difference when you are on the call, and one of the differences is that when you are on the phone, then not just me and you. But when you're there as a host, really and truly hosting is responding to calls primarily in this space. Like it's really not about, it's different. Like if I was doing a show where not caller base, it's different.
Right.
My whole presentation will be different.
Right.
Really, we just to respond to calls, and so that make it different. But when you're there on the phone now, that me and you the go on conversation.
Yeah. Valid point.
So even in the first part of the show, I had to ignore the calls and bit just so that we could.
I feel you. I get it.
Anyway, I got guests, and I'm not going to pass the break, but please understand it. We got 2 seconds, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we have got guests in the house, and trust me, I want to hear about this. We have the other side of the land issue in Toledo, getting a chance to express for their challenges as they try to work our way through the ruling of the CCJ. But we'll be right back.
You're watching WUB and this is XTV, right? And I tell you, farming is very important. Agriculture is very important in our country. And it look like the farmers then complain, say, this heat wave, because some of them product they dead. And I decided to go into the market and find out from the vendors there how they feel like they need to get all their products like sweet potatoes and different type of other grown food that they sell. Alright, so I can find out the people in 2 cents in the market. So how does it affect your business? The heat. How does it affect your business? Because you're not a farmer, but you're not a farmer. You're not a business. Yeah, how does it affect your business?
Well, because of that.
You get productive time.
Yeah, I don't got no problem with product.
The farmer complain to you?
No, I don't got nobody complain. The only thing they heat, just some of the stuff then get dry quick.
Oh.
Like watch on the sun, then watch on the sun.
Yeah, mess up your...
Yeah, mess up some of the products.
Okay, mess up some of your sales?
Yeah. Sales, the products, not sales. The products. Yeah. Besides that?
You're 2 cents.
Yeah, that's the thing right there, so.
Yeah. Right now the deal is heat wave and how they affect your business. That's why I hear 2 cents on it.
But the hope for famine for Belize, that's what I hope for.
So you don't want some rain come?
I want famine come.
Famine? Meaning, you have to explain to me, I know what I mean by famine.
The government understand what we talk about, then you learn to help people.
Alright. How the heat affect your business or farm?
Well, the only issue is like, say different things can't take the heat, like spinach, carrots, anything get black, cassava get black, the cabbage get shrivel up, many things get shrivel up like salt, sweet pepper, they can't take the heat.
Yeah. So that cost you as a farm?
Well, it costs because then say we buy sweet pepper for $3 or $4 upon wholesale. Okay. When they shrivel up, people say it's not fresh. So you have to end up selling $1 bag. We have to put 2 pepper in the thing where at least have a half pound.
Alright.
Right? And we lose it because we didn't make the money we spend on it.
Alright, that's your 2 cents.
That's my 2 cents, yeah.
Good. Like in your business, how does it affect you in your business? Like when you go around the sell?
It don't really affect me. I just drink that water, keep moving.
And your product may sell because some of the product may hard to get.
It sell, yeah, but kind of like slow right now.
And the farmer may complain?
Well, the people that buy sometimes they complain, yes, but I had strictly $1 bag, so I go for the poor people there, so.
Alright, that's your 2 cents.
Yeah.
At Habet and Brothers Habet, celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
This is the general. They just coming again. Yeah. They just won. They just yo. Hey, take it low, 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 take it low. Then you wine right there. Right there, you're doing fine right there. You blow my mind right there. Take it low, 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 take it low. Hey, Babina Hanuma, Babina Hanuma.
El evento de fútbol más grande del mundo por fin llegó y Smart te invita a vivir toda la emoción del mundial. Antes de que empiece cada partido, predice quién se lleva la victoria. Entre más predicciones hagas, más oportunidades acumulas. Suma un punto cuando le aciertes al equipo ganador y si le atinas al marcador exacto, obtienes hasta 4 puntos. La persona con más puntos al terminar el mundial se lleva $2,500 en efectivo. Y eso no es todo. También habrá premios semanales durante toda la competencia. Además, el líder de los cuartos de final se lleva un paquete completo para armar su Watch Party. Participa directamente desde la app de Smart por solo 50 centavos por participación. Las predicciones estarán disponibles del 1 de junio al 18 de julio del 2026. No solo veas el mundial, vívelo con Smart. Smart, bring people together.
We're here to commemorate the start of the construction of a STEAM pavilion.
It will be a place where students will be able to explore engineering, science, technology, arts, mathematics. A place where curiosity is encouraged, where ideas are truly put to the test.
This pavilion will feature state-of-the-art learning zones, including a fully equipped science laboratory for real-world experimentation, a modern recording studio to unleash creative and digital expression, an innovative maker space to encourage invention and prototyping, a collaborative learning street designed to foster spontaneous discussion and teamwork. Dedicated storage rooms, of course, we have quite a bit to do, so where will we put it? And facilities integrated with mechanical and electrical rooms to seamlessly support operations.
This new addition to our school will create like more opportunities for us to conduct more experiments and those fun stuff like that.
I believe that this team project will help students to be able to put their skills to the test.
I am excited for this opportunity and I'm pretty sure that it will benefit my colleagues and also myself.
These STEAM pavilions are an expansion from our investment that we made through the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. These pavilions will be expanded, one in each district across the country, and this is just the beginning.
Belize, Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast, tender, juicy chicken, and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection, with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
Catu's Trucking is the one place that can handle all your concrete mix needs. 50-pound sandbags, white sand, sand and gravel, river sand, black dirt, clay and landfill, washed white sand, concrete mix and limestone. We also do land clearing, road construction, and excavation. For all your building and home projects, visit us at mile 14 on the Philip Golson Highway. Call or WhatsApp at 673-1118, 671-9199, or 661-5863. We're open Mondays to Saturdays. Our prices are so good you can't get a better deal anywhere. Catu's Trucking, where we do things right.
Belize Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2025 Annual General Meeting at the BEL Corporate Headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway, Belize City, Belize at 3 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, June 18th, 2026. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification such as a Social Security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's executive chairman or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Proxy forms can be submitted at the BEL corporate headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway or via email at shares@bel.com.bz no later than 5 o'clock p.m. on June 16th, 2026. For more information or assistance, contact BEL's Securities Officer at 501-227-0954, extension 1512.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Charbroil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, 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 Benny's.
You're up against some tough challenges, but not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now, introducing Ridgeline Lubricants, a homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Welcome back. This is WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Tuesday morning, the 16th of June 2026. Most High hosting. We've got traffic in the house, and the traffic from deep south. And we've been hearing about a lot of the tension and conflicts that have been going on in Toledo as it relates to land. And for the very first time, I believe, on the WUB, we have the private landowners here to present their side, their challenges. And so we have in studio with us Ms. Martin King, representing the Toledo private and lease landowners of Toledo. And so we've got to say good morning. We're supposed to have as well via Zoom or via phone. We hope we can make the Zoom connect with Mrs. Zell Alamia. She is, of course, a former Minister of Government, and she's from Toledo too. In Toledo, private landowners in the house. We have not had you on before, primarily because you guys have not exactly been seeking to engage publicly on this matter. No. I guess I will give you the opportunity to kind of lay out where you are and what the primary concerns and challenges are from the perspective of the organization that you are part of.
Sure. Well, thank you for having us. And Toledo Private and Lease Landowners, TPLL, because it is a long name, we formalized last year, but they have been individuals, groups, families, and entire villages standing up for their rights since the CCJ consent order in 2015. We are a group of people who last year formalized, and I think one of the pressing matters was when we saw the draft bill that's being proposed right now, and the word that it uses for private landowners and lease landowners is an extinguishment of our rights. That's what it says. And so you can imagine we were already worried, we were already scared about our constitutional rights to our lands. Not that we believe that the Mayans and the customary lands and the systems that they have, they needed protection, and so we're not arguing that. We are here saying, but our rights matter as well. And so we formalized, we saw this bill, we retained the legal services of Courtney Koyi, and we did a legal review of the bill because we wanted to understand if what we saw in that bill was exactly what it meant, which was extinguishing our rights, and they agreed. That was one, right? So addressing the bill before it becomes law. The other one was the tensions on the ground. So for example, nothing has been put in law yet in terms of how the government is going to implement the framework from the 2015 consent order. But yet there are roads that cannot be accessed, public roads, folks who cannot get into their lands. Well, you can see some of the examples lately. We had San Marcos and some other areas. This has been happening for years, right? Where lease and private landowners haven't been able to even access their property. So those are some of the, we call it a level of lawlessness that's been happening on the ground. Another example is that we haven't been able to pay our taxes. And this was first under the UDP admin and now under this admin. Minister Zabane has put some stuff in place now where certain communities are able to pay their taxes, but most of us still can't. And so these are just some of the realities on the ground that we've been dealing with. And I guess the other part is there's what you have, and I wrote it down to get this right, the Joint Review Panel, which had 2 members of the government and 2 members, I think it representatives from MLA and TAA, at the table discussing how this bill or the framework would work. And we have been fighting for a seat at that table because everything that happens affects us, right? So the cabinet has approved our seat at that a couple weeks ago, and we're happy for that. And we're waiting now to be at the next meeting.
Now help me out. Describe to me as best you can what the organization represents insofar as the number of members and a sense of what amount of land do they represent in Toledo.
Okay, so we have that we know of, because we have people outside of Belize, maybe 150 people right now, and that includes Mayas and non-Mayas. We have Belizeans living here, Belizeans living abroad. I mean, we have people coming, contributing $20 to a cause, because all of this has been paid for via donations. I don't have as yet an exact acreage. It's difficult to get that. But when it comes to membership right now, we have about 150 and growing. Yeah.
And we're not talking here about, like, you would say, just your traditional, house and lot situation. What is the? Give me a sketch of what we're looking at. We're looking at farms. We're looking at commercial land situations.
All of it. We have big landowners. We have folks who have just their home. I mean, I have someone on our board is from Emery Grove, and he has his home and his farm there. We have, like I tell you, villagers in different villages who just, may not yet even have titles. Some do, who want their private lands. We have farmers. We have, it's really a broad spectrum of people.
And just to kind of get a better profile, you would say you have, what's the general range of ownership span? Are we looking at more people who have owned these properties for decades? We're looking at people who have owned, who just recently got a title?
No. I mean, most of the people in our group are before 2015, because as you know, the consent order says after 2015 nothing should have been, certainly no new stuff, leases or sales. Most, if not all of us, are from before that. I mean, most of us are people who for decades have had lands. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of us.
Is there a significant small or no component that represents foreign land ownership interests? Are there foreigners who are
we have someone on our but I don't know if they're the majority of us. We have some churches. We have definitely a few non-Belizeans who are a part of this group, but they are not the majority of the group, because the truth is, when you think about this will mostly affect, that's my home. And if I wanted to be able to leave something for my children, and I don't know, my brain goes to this all the time. If I have people buried there, and this new bill talks about extinguishment and compensation. If you give a compensation to someone, how can they really use that money now to completely uproot and go buy and reestablish where? So for most of us, we live there, or this is our homes, and this is what we would have used for banking, for our children, for our farming, things like that, right?
So I was just about to say, how are the commercial banks dealing with this? What component? I would assume, but it's not good to assume. Are there people who have mortgages on these properties with the commercial banks? Are the commercial banks have they had any presence, any defending their interests? What extent? What is their policy? What are they looking at?
As of now, nothing has changed in terms of what was already established. So if you already have that, going in now, that might change if you want to use, because it's not resolved, because nothing is really clear. We're as close as this. I mean, we know the customary lands exist. The consent order says that the government then has to create the framework, right? But so far it's business as usual, but that will change shortly because it's volatile, right?
Volatile on the ground. And I'm doing these kind of questions because unfortunately this is a national gargantuan issue. This is like up there, but unfortunately if it's happening in Toledo, it's as if though it's not happening.
Yeah.
And so we're glad that you asked to come, so we can kind of get a better sense of what it feels like.
That's a part of what we want to do.
So I'm trying to just ask these questions to kind of probe. You're saying here that on the ground, how how do you grade the temperature on a daily basis, or is it just sporadic incidents? Is it you have some very specific ones that are kind of festering and are kind of explosive? What are we looking at overall when we think about the members of your organization and what they're experiencing?
Well, I'd say it's hot, and yes, there are some areas like you've been hearing about San Marcos and Indian Creek and those places which are definitely hotter than the rest and volatile and active right now. But generally speaking, there is just a real sense of unease and distrust. And there are a lot of tension. So again, like Big Falls, they don't want to be included in the communal land at all. So for them, there's a lot of tension there in the fact that they're even mentioned as a Mayan Indian village. You have Emery Grove, where, you know, half of their village is being claimed by, they're an East Indian Creole village, and half of their village is being claimed. Buildings have even been built in their area. So they have actually been one of the groups, the villages, very active in standing up for themselves for years. And that's ongoing, affecting their daily lives, right?
Have the NGOs been involved with your group? Are the issues with NGO, I mean, YaYa, I think?
Yes, yes.
What is the situation with that?
So they are not, well, they are fighting on their own in terms of protecting what they protect, their lands. And I know that they have been working with the government to do just that, right? To protect the lands, which they've been doing. And they own that privately, right? It is a not-for-profit, it's a protected area, but they own it. And so they've been having a lot of issues with villagers. And again, this is not entire villages, you know. Some villagers understand, are trying to understand, but they're just groups who are just going about as if they own the entire district. And I think that is where you see a lot of the tensions coming up.
Okay, again, from your group's perspective, Ms. King, was this the temperature on the ground, the disputes, the realities that you are representing and you're putting the light on via this conversation, were these inevitable, or do you feel like certain things have not worked? Do you feel like entities have failed? Do you feel like they are villains? Do you feel like there's been incompetence? And if so, if you feel like we do have villains or we do have people that have completely dropped the ball, what agencies, what people have failed for it to have reached this point?
Yeah, so we're 10, 11 years since the ruling, right? And I think from then, the government has really not done what it's supposed to do in being able to actively, and I understand it's very hard, but they have not done what they're supposed to do and have just, in my view, delayed and delayed. I mean, and I have here an outline of just from 2015 to where we are now. So, I mean, you started with the consent order, then you had a statement of commitment. This is over 10 years.
The government's been dilly-dallying.
Yeah. A lot has been kicked down the road, and it is a very difficult issue. So I'm not saying that it's something that needed to have been rushed into at all. But at the same time, I think, and especially where we are now, the heat that you see now is that it's built up to this. Then it's like where the uncertainty has gotten to a point where if I can't access my land, or I don't know, the communities don't know really what it means to have communal lands. That yes, so I think the governments have had a big role to play in this.
Have you guys been guilty of being spectators, or have you been just you've been ignored or not being engaged?
Private landowners?
Yes. Or it has been a combination of both?
It's a combination of both, because like I said, there are folks, private and leased landowners, who have been standing up for themselves for years. I, for example, never felt that our constitutional rights would have been, to use their word, extinguished. I figured that we were going to figure out a way where communal lands were respected and they were given what the CCJ says, but we would also be protected. Well, I was very wrong. So for me, I'm a latecomer to this game in that sense. I was worried, but I felt that it would be dealt with in a way that we would all be okay. But I don't want that to be confused with the folks who have been from day one meeting with government, getting lawyers, going to the police, trying to pay their land taxes, all those things that have been happening for years. But yes, in that sense, I think that as private and leased landowner, and if Liselle was here, she would say, I tell her no long time, right? Because when she was in office, she was trying to get all the parties on board. And I think maybe we were not as receptive at the time.
No. At present, is there any engagement at all? Any dialogue at all between your group and the MLA? Is there any conversation going on at all, or is it you all are focused on engaging the government on this matter?
With the government, that's what we have been doing.
Okay.
Because they are the party responsible really to create this frame, and we have wanted we wanted to understand the bill. We got audiences from Minister Zabane with Senior Counsel Marshall-elect to get an understanding of what it meant for us. And then we asked, we want a seat at the table. And so we have been dealing with government as the entity in charge really of setting this up and creating this and including all of us.
Okay. And looking at this situation, we know that the Mayans have indicated that they'll be going back to court. So I want to get in the matter of the court, but I need to take a break because I'm a bit behind time. We'll take a break and come back. We have Miss Martin King from Toledo representing the Toledo private and leased landowners, and we'll be right back. And caller, you will have to engage us at that point in time. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes.
We're here to commemorate the start of the construction of a STEAM pavilion.
It will be a place where students will be able to explore engineering, science, technology, arts, mathematics. A place where curiosity is encouraged, where ideas are truly put to the test.
This pavilion will feature state-of-the-art learning zones, including a fully equipped science laboratory for real-world experimentation, a modern recording studio to unleash creative and digital expression, an innovative maker space to encourage invention and prototyping, a collaborative learning street designed to foster spontaneous discussion and teamwork, dedicated storage rooms. Of course, we have quite a bit to do, so where will we put it? And facilities integrated with mechanical and electrical rooms to seamlessly support operations.
This new addition to our school will create like more opportunities for us to conduct more experiments and those fun stuff like that.
I believe that this team project will help students to be able to put their skills to the test.
I am excited for this opportunity, and I'm pretty sure that it will benefit my colleagues and also myself.
These STEAM pavilions are an expansion from our investment that we made through the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. These pavilions will be expanded, one in each district across the country, and this is just the beginning.
This is the general. They just coming again. Yeah. They just yo. Hey, take it low.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
We've got the wow youth. So do you think we got a deal?
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you, it's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them, it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there, we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank does make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Get ready, Belize! Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast. Tender, juicy chicken and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
At Habet and Brothers Habet, celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
The
biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Member owners of St. John's Credit Union Limited, mark your
Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Moside hosting on this Tuesday morning and engaging in a very important conversation, a very important opportunity for me on behalf of those who listen and watch the show. You know that over the years I've been involved in these conversations. We've had our Mayan brothers and sisters here before the CCJ's ruling. They've been coming to the show. We've been very engaged and more than engaged, we've been very supportive of their quest to deal with defending their rights and also dealing with the historical wrongs that they have experienced through the whole process of conquest, colonization, and all that. And we completely understand that when we start to move towards, as groups, and I'm saying this to Ms. King during the break because she was asking me if there was something that what's my view, where do I land on this, and do I feel like they're wrong? And I said to her, this is a very sensitive issue. I feel that because it's happening to Toledo, it's not being adequately covered, not being properly and thoroughly kept on top of. And it's an issue that has potential for great problems that we don't want to see visit our shores. The word you use to describe the temperature, it's hot. If you speak, you understand. They have been unable to find a landing for a ruling that took place in 2015. And in my view, the CCJ tried to serve two masters in its ruling. It wanted to do right by history, but it didn't want to create too much of any kind of have any problems with political power and political government. And so it left a lot for the government to do, when a lot of what led to the Mayans being forced to take up the quest for communal land ownership and their rights was because of the failure of governments over a period of time. So that was that's strange to me, problematic. And again, I don't feel I would be hypocritical if I were to say, oh, if I was somebody that had a home in Toledo, I'd lived there, my parents had lived there, this is our property, and whatever financial stability comes with land ownership and your property, that I would want one day to wake up and a government to say to me, you need to move from where you are, you need to get up and leave. This is how it's going to work. That is not easy stuff, but we are left to try to work our way to landing on our feet on this issue and not completely falling on our faces. I would say the question that I would have for you guys is I often task the representative, I've had these conversations with Ms. Christina, when they were pursuing these results in the court, said, to what extent are you dialoguing with other groups, Garifuna associations? I didn't mention private landowners. To some extent, if I'm to be perfectly honest, whenever I thought about private landowners, I just thought about these big estate owners and felt, I don't really dare to defend them. But always felt that because of our fault lines that we have, and Toledo has some serious fault lines running across it, that there needed to be engagement, consistent dialogue. Do you feel, again, even moving towards 2015, were you guys just asleep, like not realizing that there is a movement of people here?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, speaking for myself, for sure. And I think a lot of us were, most of us were in this group, but not everyone as always, but I would say generally speaking, yes. I think there were obviously huge emotional reactions, but I don't think any of that turned into fruitful discussions or anything immediately after. But there's just a sense of fear, right? And even now, I mean, as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking, well, you're right. You know, there is space for more discussion and touching base and doing that, right? Although when the temperature is already hot and everybody feels threatened, it's a lot more difficult to navigate conversations like that. But to answer your original question, yeah, I think there was that sort of lackadaisical kind of, this not figure out itself.
No, you opened up this conversation by saying you don't have a problem with the communal land ownership, customary land ownership, the rights that the Mayan people have secured with that ruling, that is not, you are not ideologically opposed to that. You don't, that's not your quarrel. It's not your quarrel. But it's very likely that that's just an individual position. I would put to you, I'm sure that there are members of the group who don't have that kind of feeling towards it, that hate the idea of it. Wouldn't you say that exists?
Yeah, definitely.
And do you have members who were maybe unlike yourself, who was kind of just, you know, living your life and doing your thing? Do you have members who were maybe more active than that, who were like on the ground fighting it from day one?
Yes, we do. And again, I mean, I think Big Falls, I think Emery Grove, I mean, and again, there's a vision within the villages themselves, right? Those who want communal land and those who don't, those who want to have their titles. And so, yeah, we have a cross-section of that. And I keep saying this organization was formalized last year. They have been folks on the ground fighting this from the get-go. I wish there had been more of us, that is for sure, because I think then we would have had space for some of those dialogues, or maybe to have maybe not gotten to this heat, but here we are now, right? And it's that there's just a sense of threat of what's going to happen and a lack of clarity, and I'll say it again, to an extent, a lack of law and order.
When you say a lack of law and order, speak to me, expand on that. What do you mean?
So just for example, if a government road, access to someone's land is being blocked, and you go and you report that to the police, I see a change now with what Minister Zabane is doing. For a while though, the police have not wanted to touch anything that has to do with this. They either wouldn't come, or you could lodge your complaint and then it would be left there. And this is not just private landowners and leased landowners, this is amongst villagers as well, right? Or you're not allowed to build certain things on your land, or even the demarcation where, you know, farmers would be on their land and all of a sudden they just run into a group of people on their land measuring their land. And they're, you know, that right now is still our land, and so the law really trumps all of that. But there's a sense that when you make these reports or when there are confrontations and you go to the police, they haven't I don't think they knew what to do about it, rather, is what I should say.
Is it the legal opinion, if it is something that they have spoken on, that it's hard to know exactly what judges mean unless they actually say, but still this is what we're left with. That the CCJ saw this as being the ultimate impact, that yes, this is what is going to happen, that your rights are going to be extinguished. You had a land, you had your title, but that no longer applies, no longer exists. And if that is an ambiguous thing to find out what the CCJ would have wanted to be done in your instances, then when it comes to our rights, the courts are there. That's where we go for the protection of our rights. Why would you not then pursue this legally and force the CCJ to have a definitive position on how your rights will be accounted for?
Well, we have wanted to go following the process, right? So we made contact with the government. They are the folks who have the task of, as the court, I have the first 4 points here from the consent order, that they are responsible for doing that. So we have had contact with them. And so we've really wanted to go through the steps to see where we want to be included. We want our rights to be this bill, and that's our thing, this bill. And I'll be honest, the MLA and the TAA, they are not in agreement with the draft bill either, and we are
Nobody likes the bill.
Nobody like it. And so our thing has been, look, this cannot happen. We need to be at the table. They've now said, okay, you can be at the table. So let's do that. Let's have this inclusion. Let's look at something, some mosaics, something that works where our rights are respected. But go back to your question, if we need to go to court, we're going to court. That's just there. I mean, we would rather not. One, it's very expensive, it's very time consuming, and in all of this, people are living in Toledo and developments are being stopped, and when I say development, I mean of all scales, little, because the truth is, you know how development is down south. People living their lives, people investing in their property, life is being halted because of this, right? And so, but we'll go to court if we have to go to court. That we knew that from the get-go.
No, yeah, again, I don't know what the CCJ, and maybe I am being unfair to the CCJ, but the defendants in the matter was the government. And then, so the government had a view. The government defended its power to be the one responsible for the distribution of land. And the government preferred the way we determined land ownership, individual ownership, private ownership. Government was not of the view that we could have two different systems. the government lost. But they were still left largely responsible for converting the ruling of the CCJ into what would take place on the ground.
Yeah. Things
To
started
my mind,
nonsensical.
I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I can't read minds. It just seems like an unpinned grenade was thrown here.
Yeah. So you're giving it back to them to figure it out when in the first place.
Without the pin.
Yeah.
And so it's an extremely explosive situation. And surprise to no one, well, surprise to me, that the political directorate has failed.
Yeah.
Now, I understand why you would not want to go so far, but if you have to say you failed, now it could be that you were unavoidably failed because this was just mission impossible from day one. But you could not have wanted a situation now where the temperature is reached where it has reached. Where now we have reports of, we had this recent incident of the alcalde being, that he was kidnapping. You have the police department doesn't know what to do in these situations. This is wild.
No, and I think it's both. I think it's a very difficult issue, and at the same time, I do think up until recently, when they've been more active, even as getting as far as the bill that none of us want, nobody wants, but nonetheless, it was an attempt to do that. And even now, I see where they're working. The ministry is working with the police, so that they're stepping in more. But again, we need way more of that. We need this presence on the ground while we continue to figure this out. Because as you're saying, it was put in the government's hands. We don't know exactly what they were thinking. We can certainly venture some guess, but it has led to where we are now, where things are volatile and it's dangerous, and we're peaceful, and it's not that. Sometimes you need the fight. I'm not saying that, right? But we don't want it at the cost of lives. It's not that we don't think that there would be conflicts or disagreements in figuring this out. But now we're at a point where lives are being threatened, kidnapping, things are being burnt down. There's just a general sense of great unease and a sense of threat.
How problematic, and how do you deal with the fact that you do have the ethnic component? That I would imagine that primarily the association that you are part of is non-Maya.
We have, like I was saying, we do have those villages, but primarily, yeah, I would say so.
And how do you safeguard against, because human nature rough, Ms. King, and we have our prejudices, and sometimes we have our demons, and they are not kind. How do you safeguard your struggle from deteriorating into that?
Well, I think certainly the leaders, the group that we were voted and we are the ones leading this group right now, there's really just no tolerance for that, because we are not going to make this about Maya people per se, or personalities or cultures. We don't like this bill. We don't like what it's doing to either of us. And that's where we keep coming back to that.
Hello,
you're on the show.
Hi, pleasant good morning, Mr. Mose and Ms. King.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Ms. King, I'm hearing that you're saying that there's some actions whereby, I think we got to be careful when we said the alcalde was kidnapped, because there isn't any proof to that situation. And I'm surprised that some of us are saying the kidnapping took place. Also, I would like to say that the situation is that, Mr. Mose, I believe you have been a long quite informative about this information. And I've also want to bring up to you that when the MLA or the Julian Trust Society started, these were foreign money that came into the country, I believe, years ago. They found a group of people who was willing to back their agenda. And now the horse is out the gate. the communal land has to occur. And all we're saying that 90% of the Toledo private landowners don't have any problem with communal land. The problem is that both parties have rights. Under the Constitution, we have to remember that the supreme law of Belize is the Constitution, and we need to follow the Constitution. And all we're saying is that whoever has a private or lease land, we would like it to stay that way. Whatever is currently under communal land status, let it be that way. And that is how all of us in Toledo feel about the situation, and I will leave that with you guys today.
Let me ask this on that note. We know that in our country we have been plagued by land speculators. Land speculation has been a problem here. So if you have someone who has been developing a property, who has lived there, they have their home, they have their farm, don't you believe that there is a difference between that and someone who has used the political game to just, they don't even live at Toledo. They didn't even have an interest in living in Toledo. It was just, I got to connect, and I could go and just get 200-300 acres down in Toledo. I don't have interest for even plant one lime tree. I just sit down on that.
I'm fully aware of that, because even us in communities like Emery Grove, Dump, Muffordai, we don't want anybody from our district to come and get our land anyway. So what we're saying is for the government to put a structure to define the village boundaries properly. Once each village knows where the village boundary is, then the chairman or the alcalde, the government will have to work in terms of getting approval from these people if anybody is to get any land in their communities. And if we were to look and to see within the last 10 or 15 years, there hasn't been where most of these communal land is that private landowners are getting these lands. I would want to say that I am to take you to Gram Creek, Machakilha, and some of these other places. Are they Belizean who are getting these lands that just came here 10 years ago, owning huge tract of land? We might be worrying about Belizean piece of land, but we're not worrying about Guatemalan that possess a threat to our country. Coming over and making recent new villages within the last 10, 15 years. Who are these people? They're getting the land, are they paying land tax? Do they sell their corn, their beans, their cattle to Belize? Or everything is sold right next door over? Do they use the Belize telephone system? So I believe something like this moves as being a Creole descendant. You need to properly come down and to look on the ground and to get a better understanding to represent your people and all of us in Belize properly. I will leave that with you, Mose.
Again, with due respect, sir, I don't like your last comment. My responsibility is to be Belizean and to want what is best for Belize. I know who I am. I know where I'm from. I absolutely know that with great clarity. My responsibility, I would agree with you, is to be very acquainted with the facts on the ground, and I am definitely not somebody who has not, I'm not I'm not from Toledo, but you can't call me a stranger to Toledo. And I've had conversations with, I was just telling Ms. King, I believe, during the break, that I have been chastised on multiple occasions in Toledo by people who didn't agree with my support and I've listened to all they've had to say. And so my position of support is not based on ignorance. It's not based on not being available for full conversations. So I don't like the comment. I don't. I think it's the kind of comment that builds up the energy of
division.
I don't like it. But I understand the temperature is high. I'm not about to get.
And those are the nuances what he's talking about, because you do have where you have. Are we?
Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Before I say. I see.
Oh, hi.
Used to come on the show a lot back in the days, but I would do it for a long time. But
invite me.
Huh?
It goes both ways, the phone rings both ways.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Unfortunately, you're coming to the end of this conversation, but we will have to. This is not a conversation that can be a one-timer.
Yeah.
And I feel that it's important. I think it's unfortunate that we had a technical problem with you this morning. So we will have to have a part B to this, for sure. And not like 1 year from now. We will have to be scheduled within a month. Talk to me before we have to go to a break.
Well, I think following on what that caller just said, really, I think what we're trying to communicate is that there are, I think, having come to Toledo is also understanding how we all have coexisted as a multi-ethnic district. Yes, my customary land tenure does exist in the Toledo district, and I think Martin has said it. We are not here to quarrel whether that exists or not. That is a fact, and the court acknowledges that exists, right? What matters is how do we then protect the interests of all the other people that call Toledo home? And I agree with you. There are people who are only speculating, and we're not here to talk about those people that are speculating, right? Because that is bigger than us. That is looking at national land policy, right? There should be a national land policy that governs all of Belize, because this isn't happening only in Toledo. The fact that we're losing access to our land, because once land gets into foreign ownership, it's hard for us to even recover that land because we just can't afford it. And so that is a challenge for us, but that is a land policy matter, and a matter that government needs to deal with across this country. What we are dealing with is more in regards to the implementation of the consent order and the direction that government is presently taking as outlined in the Maya Customary Land Tenure Bill, that is looking to extinguish all the rights of a huge extinguishment of rights of people that hold title and leases. And that, for example, I always use my husband as an example. He is a Belizean. He has lived no other part of this country except for the time he lived in Belize City. He has zero interest in living in any other part. What do you do with individuals like him that have only known Toledo as home, right? A Creole man, how do you coexist with that? Also, what people don't understand within the Maya Customary Land Tenure as it presently exists, and you can blame that on the westernization and on the introduction of the Western system into Toledo, that there's a lot of customary land also being held by Maya people that they're not farming or utilizing. They're just holding it. They're treating it like title or lease land. And they're barring everyone from entering. And that is not the premise of customary land, right? When you talk about customary land tenure, if you are not using that land, using and occupying and making a living or something from that land, you can't just hold that farmland. You can't say a young person needs that land, therefore I need to go into private land and get that private land, your traditional system is broken. And not broken just, I can't blame the Maya people because we've had this whole history of our being a colonized country, right? And in that whole system, we never recognize the practices of Maya people. And that is the fundamental thing that this consent order is trying to achieve, right? But at the same time, their own Maya systems are broken. And so if you're going to talk about a solution, you have to recognize where that system is broken, and you can't just blame the title and lease land holding system that it's broken. You have to look at the totality of the different tenures in Toledo and how that is broken. So for example, Mose, if I live in Dolores, or let's take a less complicated village. Let's take Aguacate. If I live in Aguacate and I move to Belmopan with my family and I had customary land, I'm no longer a member of that village. Therefore, my land is no longer mine. It reverts back to the community to decide who is going to use and occupy that land. But what is happening is that people leave, right? And then people come back and say, well, I come back and I need my land, or even go on other people's land. In fact, that happened a lot during COVID, where people were affected by COVID, had to move from San Pedro and came back to Toledo, and there were conflicts in the villages because they said, well, the land when Mose had, I mean, for my pa, and we're like, yes, but I don't give that to Martin. Martin is using and occupying that land, right? So I think what is important is that we fully understand all the intricacies of land tenure in Toledo district. It's not straightforward. It's not at all, and I think Martin has been very clear about this. We are not at all interested in disenfranchising any Maya person who wants to participate, or any community who wants to participate in customary land tenure. And I think that message has to be abundantly clear, right? What we're saying is that within this system, we can't undo history, unfortunately, though people talk about this word of decolonizing, right? And decolonizing, and how do you undo a fact that we, East Indian exists here, Garifuna, Mestizo, Creole, people have land, they've had it for generations in leases or title. The solution has to be one that recognizes all those rights. And you know what? What government was doing, and I don't blame the Maya for having taken the matter to court. I really don't, because there was a lot of dialogue with government to say, look, man, you're giving away land that we're using and occupying. Right? That's what's happening. That is a fact. Right? Because within the system and Belmopan, when they looked at it and they did their search, the land looked like it was Krong land. But it wasn't Krong land. It was customary land that people were using, and government was issuing those land, and people would then have to. So somebody shows up from Belize City or somewhere and bought this piece of land, and they show up and Mr. Ack is using and occupying that land, and he just have to pick up himself and move because he don't have the resources to fight this, right? And at that point, there wasn't the conversation about customary land tenure. And so that was a drive about this whole consent order. So it is my view that was a valid situation, and that government, because they did not respond to the cries of the people in Toledo to say, You are disenfranchising us. You are not recognizing that we exist and this is how we exist.
So I want to thank you for that input. I wish we had more time today, but we will have to pick this up when we have part 2 of this conversation.
I will make myself to Belize City that time, so I don't have to deal with internet.
All right.
Thank
you
you
very much. We go to a break and come back to get final words from Martin King, and then we take our last break and wrap.
This is the general. They just coming again. Yeah. They just won. They just yo. Hey, take it low, 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 take it low. Then you wine right there, take your time right there. You do it fine right there. You blow my mind right there. Take it low, 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 take it low. Hey, Babina Hanuma, Babina Hanuma.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad in the month of June. Visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Charbroil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June only at Benny's.
Benny's, oh, Benny's.
We're here to commemorate the start of the construction of a STEAM pavilion.
It will be a place where students will be able to explore engineering, science, technology, arts, mathematics. A place where curiosity is encouraged, where ideas are truly put to the test.
This pavilion will feature state-of-the-art learning zones, including a fully equipped science laboratory for real-world experimentation, a modern recording studio to unleash creative and digital expression, an innovative maker space to encourage invention and prototyping, a collaborative learning street designed to foster spontaneous discussion and teamwork, dedicated storage rooms. Of course, we have quite a bit to do, so where will we put it? And facilities integrated with mechanical and electrical rooms to seamlessly support operations.
This new addition to our school will create like more opportunities for us to conduct more experiments and those fun stuff like that.
I believe that this team project will help students to be able to put their skills to the test.
I am excited for this opportunity and I'm pretty sure that it will benefit my colleagues and also myself.
These STEAM pavilions are an expansion from our investment that we made through the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. These pavilions will be expanded, one in each district across the country, and this is just the beginning.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, so we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience with the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican link-up, the Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashman plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican link-up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by
Get ready, Belize! Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast, tender, juicy chicken, and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection, with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Bomb City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I can help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
right, welcome back. We are past our time, so we've got to get final thoughts from in-studio guest Martin King. She is representing the Toledo private and lease landowners to present their side of the challenges that exist down on the ground in Toledo. I think it's a high priority, so I'm glad that they asked to come here, and in fact I feel the conversation is incomplete, so we are going to reschedule a part 2.
Sure.
Ms. King, your final thoughts before we close off.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very important that the entire country knows what's happening. As you've said, sometimes things happen or don't happen in Toledo, and we're considered this forgotten district, but by no means. We're living there, we're experiencing all of this. It's very real, and it's important to the entire country. So we want to be able to coexist where the communal lands that have been recognized in the CCJ consent in 2015 are recognized, but that we also have land, constitutional rights to our private and leased lands. And so we want to be a part of that dialogue that sees this happen in a way that we coexist in a peaceful way and all our rights are respected. That's what we want.
All right, we're going to start out the schedule and we make it happen again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for having us.
All right. Hopefully, Ms. Alamea can make it to Tongue as she promised.
She will, for sure.
All right, we go with the last break. We got to wrap on the last break here. We hope you have a great Tuesday with health and strength. We're going to come back tomorrow morning, 6:30. Wake up Belize morning vibes right here on Creme Radio on XTV. Stand strong, stand firm. Gone!
El evento de fútbol más grande del mundo por fin llegó y Smart te invita a vivir toda la emoción del mundial. Antes de que empiece cada partido, predice quién se lleva la victoria. Entre más predicciones hagas, más oportunidades acumulas. Suma un punto cuando le aciertes al equipo ganador y si le atinas al marcador exacto, obtienes hasta 4 puntos. La persona con más puntos al terminar el mundial se lleva $2,500 en efectivo. Y eso no es todo. También habrá premios semanales durante toda la competencia. Además, el líder de los cuartos de final se lleva un paquete completo para armar su Watch Party. Participa directamente desde la app de Smart por solo 50 centavos por participación. Las predicciones estarán disponibles del 1 de junio al 18 de julio del 2026. No solo veas el mundial, vívelo con Smart. Smart, bring people together.
This is the general. They just coming again. Yeah. They just won. They just yo. Hey, take it low, 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 take it low. Then you wine right there, take your time right there, you do it fine right there, you blow my mind right there. Take it low, 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 take it low. Hey, Babina Hanuma, Babina Hanuma.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, so we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican link-up, the Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. to mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize. Steely Bashman plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by
at Habet and Brothers Habet. Celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Belize our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to WUB. And all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WUB. Get up, make every day count out. Wasted people, do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WUB. Wake up, Belize.